Hello everyone. Welcome to the tutorial about planning coordinated attacks with Travco. In this tutorial, we will learn about how to create a reusable attack plan to destroy your enemies. To create an attack plan, go to the Attack Plans tab in the sidebar. Here, you can see a list of your attack plans with information about them. So far, we only have one plan. Let's create another one by clicking the green plus button. Fill a name for your plan, custom note and time of arrival of your attacks. You should also set a default wave count and how many catapults in each wave you want to send. Don't worry, you will be able to change this value for individual attacks. You can see that the new attack plan has been added to the list. On the right, you can see actions which you can do with the plan. You can unpack, go into detail, update or delete the plan. First, let's click the Unpack button. It shows two columns which you can set up for the plan. One for the attackers, and the other one for the targets. As you can see, I already have some attackers and targets in the list. But if you are new, your list will be empty. There is also some basic info, such as strength of the attackers or priority and population of the targets. Let's create some new targets. Click the Targets and Group Attacks Planning section in the sidebar. This takes you to a list of all the targets which you have set up. These targets are shared for all your attack plans, so it's a good practice to keep them up to date. In the list, you can see some basic information about each target, such as player name, coordinates, alliance or target priority. The icons on the right indicate whether the target is a main village, offensive village, or whether it has an artifact. Create a new target by clicking the green plus button. To define the target village, you can start writing either the village name or the coordinates. Next, you can set whether the target is a main or offensive village. It is a good practice to set the target priority. You will see later on how this helps with organization when defining the attacks. A new target has been added to the list. On the right, you can update or delete each target. Travco will also show you all reports uploaded to the group by you or one of your teammates, which contain this target, either as an attacker or a defender. Unfortunately, in this tutorial we don't have any reports uploaded. Now that we know how to create targets of our attacks, let's mark some attackers. In the sidebar, click the Mark Offensive Villages button. This takes you to a list of all your group's villages ordered by offensive strength. For each village, you can see its strength, number of rams, and number of catapults. To mark an attack village, simply click the Offensive Village toggle. Let's set up a few of them. Now when we have both the targets and attackers, let's head back to the attack plan we have previously created. The newly created attackers and targets are now in the list. Each attacker and target can be added to this plan by switching the activation toggle. Let's select some of them and finally head over to the attack plan detail. This is the page where we perform most of the attack planning magic. It has three main components. Each row represents one attacker which we have previously selected. Again, you are shown basic information about each attacker, such as player name, coordinates and tournament square level or offensive strength and count of catapults and rams. On the other hand, each column represents one target we have selected. You can also see important information about each target, which gets further expanded by hovering over it. Link to Travco. Available attack reports and mass update buttons are also available. More about that in a moment. Each attacker also has a mass update, strength development chart and Travco link available. The insides of the table represent every possible attack between an attacker and a target. Right now, none of them are active, so let's change that. In each attack, you can see the attack type, wave and catapults count, delay from impact time specified for the attack plan, troop speed, and travel duration. Click on the attack in order to activate it or change its parameters. Let's say that we want to make this attack a hammer. Set the appropriate attack type and set the delay to -2 seconds so that this attack arrives first. Activate the attack and write some note for the attacker, so that he knows that he should say farewell to his army. Congratulations, you have just planned your first attack. The attack color depends on the type of selected attack and activated attacks are filled. Let's set up a follow-up attack with catapults. Set the delay to 1 second so that this attack arrives 1 second after the hammer is activated. Nice. Let's create one more. At this moment, we have 3 of our players attacking one target, ordered 1 second behind each other. At this moment, we would probably want to set up also some fake attacks to cover us up. Ideally, we want our attackers to be ordered the same way on each target, so that the real target and fakes look the same for the defenders. Setting up each attack individually takes a lot of time. This is where mass update comes in. By mass updating the delay of first attacker, we change it to the same value for each of his attacks. This is also useful in case the player has a speed artifact, and we want to change the speed of all his attacks quickly. Let's do the same for the second attacker. Now all of the attacks have the same delay, and will therefore look identical. Let's quickly activate the fake attacks using the same strategy. Great! Our attack plan is now complete. In the attack plan overview, we can see how many attacks of each type our attackers have active. You can also check a graph of attacks distribution in time. Next, let's check the attacks as they are seen by our attackers. The My Attacks page is still empty. This is because we've forgotten to activate the attack plan. Let's do that. Now, we should be able to see our attacks. That's more like it. This is what your attackers will see when you prepare a coordinated action for them. Every player can see only his own attacks, so you don't need to be afraid that someone will leak your plan. You can see that each attack has a countdown and some basic info about the target, speed, attack type, etc. The players can, and should let their leaders know when they send an attack. This can be done by confirming the impact time of each sent attack. You can also write some note for your leaders. For illustration purposes, let's confirm a couple of attacks, one of which we have sent a few seconds too early. As a leader, you can go to the attack timeline of your plan. This is the place from which you will be monitoring the progress and coordinating the whole attack, since you can see the attacks of all players here, together with the confirmed impact times and player notes. In the list, we can also see the attacks we have confirmed earlier. Depending on how bad the missed impact is, leader can decide to update the plan's attacks. Smaller changes can be made directly from the timeline, but I would recommend making any bigger changes directly from the planning page. Finally, let's see how an attack plan can be reused. Let's say I want to perform the same attack tomorrow. With Travco, you will never have to plan similar attacks twice. Instead, you can simply set a new impact time on the plan which resets the plan. Now all attacks have a new impact time and all confirmations and notes from the players are cleaned. That is it for the tutorial about group attack coordination in Travco. Do you like it? Please leave us a comment and don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this. See you in the next one.